Good morning, students. Let's continue our chapter, Pillars of Democracy. This is the last part of this chapter, okay? Now, today we will discuss about disciplined political parties, page number 209. Okay. Disciplined political parties, generally representatives of the people are elected with the help of political parties. These parties help in creating public opinion and persuading people to vote for them. They select candidates and work towards their victory. Parties formulate their policies and seek to implement them when they come to power. If the parties are well oriented and disciplined, election will be smooth and the government will function efficiently. Now, disciplined political parties should also be disciplined. They also have to follow rules and regulations when they are contesting any election. So if the political parties is disciplined, there is no crime, there is no violation in the political parties, then obviously people will love those parties. So in order to contest any election, the political party has to select one candidate for them, and that candidate has to be a good person to whom people can give their valuable vote. Common people has to like that person. Okay. So in order to get the victory, in order to win the election, the political parties has to formulate their policies. They have to give good policies which can solve common people's problem. Okay. And people should have faith in them, because if they come in power, that time they will help us. That should be the thinking of the common people. So for that, political parties also needs to be well oriented and disciplined. Okay. And if they are the disciplined parties, then obviously the election will be smooth and the government will function efficiently. Okay. Name any three political parties in your state. Now you have to give any three political parties of your state. Like we are in West Bengal. Now you have to give three names of the political parties. Okay, this is your homework. Political parties are the soul of democracy. Okay. It is important that parties have a national outlook. They should place national interest above everything else. They should not stand for a particular religion, caste or region. Parties based on how such narrow consideration may cause unrest among the people and even lead to fragmentation of the nation. National integration, not fragmentation, should be the goal of all parties. Now, all the political parties are the soul of democracy. They are the most important part in a democracy. But it is very, very important for all the political parties to think about nationalism first. They have to put nation first instead of their state, instead of their party, instead of their religion. They have to put nation first. Like for us, we, the common people, first of all, we are the citizen of India. Then everything else comes. Okay, first comes the citizen of India. We should also have that thinking in our mind that nation comes first. Similarly, the political parties also has to think about that. They should not stand for a particular religion, caste or region. Okay, and the national integration means the awareness, togetherness of a whole nation should be the goal of all political parties. All political parties have to think about the nation first. After that, they can think about their religion and everything else. Now, social and economic equality. Democracy is based on the principle of equality and human dignity. Therefore, a democratic society should be free from all forms of discrimination such as caste, subcaste, gender, region and languages. All sections of society should be equal partners in the development of the community. Now, in a democracy, equality is most important. Equality before law. This is the most important part of democracy. Everyone should be treated equally. They should not be treated on the basis of their caste or the religion or the social status. Everyone should get equal treatment. This is the most important principle of democracy. All sections of society should be equal part in the development of community. If a community is developing, then every common people should have the equal part. There shouldn't be any discrimination. Okay. The rule of law, which is essential element of democracy, means that every citizen is equal before the law. Every common people is equal before the law. Law cannot discriminate. Okay. Law cannot say he is a man, he should be punished this way. She is a woman, she should be punished this way. Both of them are equal in the eye of law. We also have a judicial system which anyone can approach if justice has been denied to her or him. But does this guarantee justice and fairness in everyday life of the people? So, we have this judicial system. Judiciary is there, right? So, if you are approaching for justice, if someone has violated your rights, then you seek justice, right? That time, can judiciary deny you your justice on the basis of your caste, on the basis of your religion, or on the basis of your sex, whether you are male or female? So, during that time, can we say that justice and fairness, we are having this justice and fairness in everyday life? So, this is the question. There can be some people who think they are superior to others. Their arrogance may make them look at others as inferior human beings or slave or servant. Some may even indulge in insulting the weaker ones through harsh words and malicious deeds. Such humiliation are clear violation of human dignity. Human dignity is the core value of democracy. Now, in a society, in your society also, someone might be there that who thinks that I am the most superior person. You are not worthy enough to stand by me. Some people are like that, right? The rich people sometimes, or sometimes the most educated people, they used to think like that. The poor people, they do not have their rights to say something. You are poor, you cannot say anything. That type of people you will find in your society also. You will find that type of people in your relatives also, right? But we cannot do that. We cannot insult any other person, because that is a clear violation of their rights. You are violating someone's right if you are doing that, if you are insulting someone. So, human dignity, we should have our dignity, and we should respect others' dignity also. So, in a democracy, human dignity is the core value of democracy. Okay, everyone should respect the human dignity of others. A society can be called democratic only if all its members are respected as human beings and with dignity. So, we can call a society a democratic when everyone has been treated equally, everyone has been treated as human being with dignity. Then only we can say that this is a democratic form of government. It is equally important not to have economic disparity in society. None should starve and none should be denied the basic necessities of life. If there is abundance on one hand and the poverty on the other, there can be no true democracy. Thus, social and economic equality is an essential condition for the successful working of democracy. Similarly, socially means we have discussed that on the basis of ground, on the basis of race, caste, color, religion, if you are having discrimination, that is social equality. Now, economic equality, basically the money, the poor and the rich. If there is a discrimination, if the government is discriminating, if the society is discriminating on the basis of who is poor and who is rich, that is not economic equality. That is a clear violation of democracy, because our constitution gives economic equality to every citizen. Okay, so if you are treating the poor people differently, if there is poverty in your society, and if you are not doing anything, you are only favoring rich people, then we cannot say that type of society as a democratic society. So the social and economic equality is an essential condition for the successful working of democracy. Our constitution says untouchability is abolished and its practice in any form is forbidden. The enforcement of any disability arising out of untouchability shall be an offence punishable in accordance with law. Part 3, Article 70. So this untouchability comes under right to equality. If untouchable, you know what is untouchability, right? If the person is from a lower caste, that means that person will not touch you or your things or your materials. That is called untouchability. But the government, our constitution, has removed this untouchability. And if you find anywhere that untouchability is practiced, then that is a punishable offense. Government can punish you if you are having this untouchability, if you are practicing this untouchability. This comes under equality, right to equality. So untouchability is practiced, that means the right to equality has been violated, so it is a punishable offense. So this is the end of this chapter, pillars of democracy. We have discussed there are many pillars of democracy, like enlightened citizen, wise leadership, sound public opinion, accommodation of differences, disciplined citizen, disciplined political parties, social and economic equalities. All these are very, very important pillars of democracy. Without these things, we cannot say we have a democracy. Okay, so in order to have a democratic government, these things has to be followed strictly. Okay, so I'll give you your homework also.